wanted to be a cop sometime in his life.
And here's robbing and killing a woman.
Correct.
He'd been an athlete in high school, still worked out a lot, was a personal trainer at the local gym. It's a big muscle bouncer right there.
Correct.
From Port Hueneme?
Port Hueneme.
But that's way up the coast.
That's up by Ventura.
In other words, about 70 miles from the crime scene. But why would he commit a robbery so far away from home?
Hey, throw up. Let's see. We're just flipping through the channels.
Makes sense.
We came at him, and his initial story was, "Oh, I heard he's a good."
Well, that's a good question. I didn't eat anything for dinner last night.
Wasn't a good area closer to home.
I had Starbucks for breakfast, and I did not eat lunch today. So I guess I'm kind of on a diet.
Martial arts police officer, so
Yeah.
he felt they would recognize him.
When he said that, did it?
And the martial arts police
We don't want
officer,
Dateline.
he felt they would recognize him.
When he said, did it seem plausible?
No, it's a no.
Yeah.
No.
What the fuck
And
is that?
one other thing. Remember how when police
Booty.
arrested him, they found jewelry in his pocket?
McBoatface.
Fake.
Hey,
Even
Geronimo.
though it had lots of real diamonds right there to be taken.
Uh,
along with other
Just got done with work,
If you're
so I
gonna
was
do
lucky enough to work today.
just kill somebody, you're gonna
Hey,
make
Beef
the
Andy.
effort to get the good stuff, but he didn't.
So, either Nick Harvey was the world's worst burglar, or
I
Booty.
don't know why I cannot.
The detectives pushed him hard. But
He didn't want to change his story.
Something's
He ran
wrong.
For hours. He walked out.
Okay,
of
we're
it.
on
It's just not
Dateline.
what it seems to be.
just a hunch, of course. Prove it. Until 70 miles up the coast,
Okay,
a man picked up the phone to call the police.
we're stuck on Dateline.
Coming up, a family feud. I wrote.
We're gonna watch the War Room for a little while, but it doesn't want to cooperate. So it says cars. Oh,
So I made me a business with Squarespace. Next, I'm selling classes, a book,
and the thing keeps fucking
listening sessions, which makes my heart race.
drives me nuts when it does that. It goes blank, blank.
Mom, we need to talk to you.
Skips and dips.
Don't you think it's a little odd he showed up in your life right when you became a billionaire?
Yes, I haven't had one in a while,
He's using
but
the
yeah.
AT&T fiber.
Well, now that it has hyperpeak speeds, he spends half the day shirtless playing VR.
So we got a little bit of rain. I don't know where you guys are, but they said around Pennsylvania or something, it's freezing on the East Coast. So you guys are minus zero. Anywhere from minus to minus 10. Up on the mountain, they said minus 80 something degrees.
Braces.
Maybe
So,
try switching your
Maybe that
Save hundreds.
I don't know, Dad.
Aztec calendar had something to do, right? 2012, well, maybe the world is starting
Save
to
hundreds.
It's a great idea, TV Dad.
But
slowly-
I said the exact same thing.
right?
Someday when you're a father,
SpaceX launched a new GPS.
We don't know how to read the calendar,
aims to
though.
help global positioning and navigation through smartphone apps.
And I don't think anyone else does either. They could say, oh, this and that, but
32 satellites
they have no
for the
clue.
operation, including the 6 launched since 2019.
My name is Denise. Ask me about my Honda. I'm a chef, a Tahitian dancer, golfer, and I love my Honda. My commute is on a 2-lane highway. It's super curvy.
Oh, you a
and
golfer?
I actually think my
We don't
Honda
really want to
enjoys
bet a
driving
girl
it
on a
as
golf
much
course
as
because
do.
if
The
I
Ford
lose,
is
I'll be
dependable,
embarrassed.
Great on gas mileage.
Hey, Nino.
looking for a car
I'm
with
pretty good.
exceptional value that
Yeah,
can
I'm
keep up with
drinking some beer,
all-
watching TV. Luckily, got an extra day, so today I make a fair wage.
Delicious deal on a course.
Um,
Bon appetit.
Probably gonna take a couple days off from streaming, screaming. The next couple days. Not sure.
Cerca faster than my Lamborghini. Good luck with that.
Something about Lamborghinis.
We should just have a bit of a tidy up.
Yeah.
Then I'll build a bush.
Scotty's team finally bolted their engine in yesterday, which means they can now get to work on the rest of their lengthy to-do list.
All these motherfuckers wearing. I'm sorry, it's not supposed to talk like that. So orange jumpsuits.
Out, ready to put in new but better. We've obviously got to run wiring through.
What is it, a
to find
Renault?
the radiator and just really head towards to get the thing running by the end of the day.
Whilst the rest of the team continue working,
That's what Annas were made for.
Oh, look, it's
Scotty
a
goes
girl.
back on the scavenge.
Look, she looked like Miss Jenna a little bit.
First on the list is the radiator.
Miss Jenna should grow her hair long like that.
It's a crucial component. Without it, the engine would overheat, especially driving flat out on the racetrack. They need to be firing on all cylinders to stand any chance of beating the Lambo.
So we got a little mist. It rained. Was it last night? No, it was the night before it rained. So we have.
I spend on this.
It rained about 3/4 of an
I've just
inch.
made one in the same
I think it
time,
rained
so
about a 1/4 inch today. Rudy Aldwin.
On the other side of the yard, Jeek's team are picking up where they left off.
Today
You miss
we've
those
got one
knuckleheads? You
schedule,
mean like
the
Harley
paint jobs for
Davidsons?
the guys that we're going to put the cage in.
Forgot to cut that bit, middle bit. Take it back out. Take it back out and I'll cut that middle bit of the cage.
Alright, let's smoke out.
Every single cutting disc there is available in this scrapyard. It's going to be a festival of scraps today.
You need to clean this mess up, darn it.
It's going to be a little bit wonky, but it's going to be in just as tight, just as safe, and it's going to be absolutely fine for what we need it.
You got that pen there, man? Yeah.
With Jeek's build coming together fast, they've decided to lend a hand to their fellow competitors.
I don't have that much battery.
The team was struggling a little bit, and we decided as a team that we should donate some of our parts over to them to save them a little bit of time, a little bit of effort. What's happening, guys?
Hey, that's what we're waiting for.
It defeats the purpose if we just win because their car didn't work. We heard you're struggling a little bit, you get a little bit behind, so we're going to give up one of our scavenges. Just a radiator, intercooler, fans ready to go, basically just drop it in, wire it up, plug it in. Should save you a little bit of time.
We've been looking for a radiator the right size for 2 days. Like.
We had it. That's where it was.
Thank you so much.
Cheers, guys.
See you later.
Jeek's generosity has ticked off an important box on Scotty's list. However, until they adapt the Skoda's wiring, they don't know if their engine is even in working condition.
That, Scotty, looks like a headache.
I'm basically trying to sort out this bird's nest. Well, you're trying to imagine where it was in the car in the first place.
Well,
To back
Tiger
it
came
from
in
there.
here.
So
We're going to go over there and smoke out real quick. And then come back. I don't know how long my phone will work. I'm trying a different cord because the other cord, it doesn't work. Oh. And let me get a beer. Hello, Tiger. Tiger. Hello, Tiger. How are you, Tiger? Tiger, where are all your friends? Meow, meow, meow. What is your problem? Oops. Again, not supposed to talk like that. Turn it. Now, the 7th day and Sundays, we gotta be on best behavior and be proper, which, sometimes I have a hard time with. Oh, thank you, Nina. Right on. Thumbs up. Yes. That's what we want. Love. Love, love. Right? For everyone. You have a good night, Nino. thank you so much for dipping in and dipping out. And we will catch you on the next round. Let's see, we have 5 people, 10 people. Let's see, how many are stoners? So we pay attention to the news. The news is very depressing, right? But we sometimes we read these things, but we hate going to the next page because it takes an hour to read the whole thing. But we read this article with Willie Nelson, right? So he called up the snooper doggy and said, "Hey, fucker, come over. Let's have some fun." So I guess he was playing in Amsterdam somewhere, and Snooper Dogger came over, and they're playing dominoes and smoking out. Snooper, he said, "This old motherfucker smoking me out," because Willie, he just chain smoked, kind of like me, right? With cigars. And I think Willie was kicking his ass too in dominoes. I don't know. I got a kick out of that story. And then I guess Snoopy is friends with Tom Brady, so he called Tom Brady. You know, I don't know if Tom Brady's a stoner, but and Snooper Doggy, he a Steelers fan because I went to his birthday party. Snoop Dogg was there, and this motherfucker Allen Iverson was there, right? That motherfucker smoked pot like Willie Nelson, right? Allen Iverson, that's when he was in his heyday. Like, light it. But I never bust his table because it's too fucking busy. You can't even get near it. Like, it would be nice if I would have had the balls to go, "Hey, let me hit that shit, fool." Alright, cheers. Tiger's running around. We should make a cat box or some shit. So maybe the motherfuckers. Whoops, that's 3 times. Get a bar of soap. Maybe he could have a little doghouse, but for cats, you know. I can hear that train. The little birdie. The little birdie who's singing. That's a car alarm, that's not a train. Can you hear the little birdie singing his heart out? Hey, Thomas Jordan. Not a whole lot going on. Maybe we should just have some kind of radio show. So we're having a 420 something somewhere. I don't know what time it is. We got this weird mother's milk, and you could taste it. It's one of those strains that's not very good. It tastes kind of like dirt. It's very cheap, but it's still kind of a wonder. I guess they could sell it for that price because it is really cheap. You get 3.5 grams for $10. With the tax, 30%, so $13. That is about, let's see, 3, 6, 9, 12. It's about $3 a gram. So I would think the packaging cost as much. So practically giving it away. $3 a gram, or $4, I guess, with tax. So don't be fooled by the names. I go, oh, Mother's Milk, Red Hot Chili Peppers, right? Yeah. I don't know how you can name it that. Because then, let's just say you see Mother's Milk for $50 an eighth. You're going to go, no, I smoked that before. I don't want that. Bootleg. Right? So everything's a little wet. It was pretty much dry for the most part. But it started raining, so I had a rain jacket, but not very good one. It feels like I got soaked just an hour of rain. But had a good day today. I worked my ass off, like non-stop. Did not take a lunch break because my boss is a little weird. He said, don't pick up the trash. Don't do that. Someone else is supposed to. You know what? I clean that motherfucker up. Because I'm the boss today. And the shit looks like shit. Let's just say the head corporate guy comes. My dumb ass, I look at a job site. If it looks like shit, I go, they suck. If it's clean, I go, oh, these buggers. Uh-huh. I always think, oh, it's my job site, right? Because I act like I give a shit, right? It really shouldn't be so serious. So, after cleaning it all up, looks like Gary's going to get credit for it. Shit. Hey, Aaron Douglas. How's it going? Hope everyone's having a good weekend. Listen to the little birdie sing his heart out. Drinking some beer, just chilling, relaxing. So been busy. Especially today. Usually I could fuck off and just like take a lunch break for 4 hours. But I didn't take no lunch break. I kicked ass for 8 motherfucking hours. Yeah. Smoked a couple cigarettes. What have you guys been up to? Oh shit, I should try to plug my phone in, but this thing is wet. Maybe I shouldn't. I'll have to go back inside. I'm more of an outdoors person. That much fun and excitement, huh? Well, what would you guys like to do this weekend for fun and excitement? You guys can't listen to me, blah, blah, blah. A little interaction here. I'm trying to pay attention because I'm not drunk yet. Right? Once I get drunk, be sloppy. Like, won't be able to see. I don't know if that's a train. I feel like I hear something. Okay, so where are you guys from? What's the weather like? How's the weather over there? Oh, look at all the little birdies. So that birdie was singing his little heart out. We got lots of friends. Hey, Brian Heffman, Columbus, Ohio, and it's 35 degrees. So you guys got different weather. It gets that cold in the morning, but believe it or not, because it rained, it hasn't been as cold, right? When it rains, it's warmer. When it doesn't rain, it's pretty much around freezing. So you must have snow. I'm sure you heard about the train derailment, right? They were carrying some kind of hazardous materials, and the train derailed and caused a big old wreck, and fire, poison stuff. Hey, Rez out. All right, where are you guys from? What's the weather looking like? You got sunshine, you got moonshine, you got snow, rain, wind. We don't have that many people from Europe and shit, huh? How do we get over there? Say, hey, fuckers. We want to meet people from Amsterdam, like Heineken's and shit. Especially the women. Near the Pennsylvania border? Tapestry, you're in Topanga? Oh, we miss Topanga. Right. We've never surfed in the rain before, but I bet them guys are down there right now. The thing about Topanga is we have such a neat little surf spot. It's about as big as this yard from this fence to that fence. I'm just kidding. Maybe twice that size. But Malibu got 27 miles, right? But they got the surf thing right near the pier. The Palisades, Sunset Boulevard ends, and there's a parking lot with a restaurant called Moonstones. And they all surf right there. I'll tell you, I had one of the best acid trips at Moonstones, right? So we'd always go to the beach, right? PCH. And they have lights to show the sand, right? So tripping out on the beach, and you could see like 100 sand crabs, right? The wave comes, and then all these sand crabs come out, and then they go in the dirt, right? You might be amazed if you're not tripping and go, oh wow, that's so neat. But if you're tripping, it's like the best. Like you could just trip out on a bunch of ants, right? You look at ants normally, you'd be all like, yeah, kind of boring. But you're tripping out, you're all like, yeah, look at these fuckers. Pay more attention, right? So we would see hundreds of sand crabs, right? The wave comes, they all wake up, right? The wave goes out, and then no more water, right? And then they all burrow in the sand like they trip. Not like an earthworm, but weird. Dig in the dirt, right? And these things That's what they do. Wake up when the water comes, and I guess they eat their, who knows, plankton or whatever it is, and then the water goes out, and they disappear into the ground. Doesn't that just seem like a lot of work? When the water comes, you eat your food, right? Breakfast, lunch, dinner, right? The water goes out, whatever, wait for the next round. Like, don't you think that's a lot of work? Oh, let's dig a hole into the sand and wait for the next wave. And they got that shit down, right? I remember that was one of the best acid trips I could remember, because I remember it. I haven't thought of it in forever, but since I'm reminiscing, I remember that shit, and it was like pretty amazing. Moonstones. Moonstones is the Palisades. Yeah, Pacific Palisades. Which I love, because Pacific Palisades is really artsy fartsy, and Malibu is kind of artsy fartsy too. And for some reason, they put up with my shit, and they're nice to me. So that's all I give a fuck about. So love it over there, and you're right at the beach. Malibu got a river, right? Topanga water got a little bit of water, not too much, right? But whatever. Palisades is more city-like because you're right next to Santa Monica, but it's just on the edge where it's not as busy, and the people are nice, right? Santa Monica is really busy. Gladstones. Oh, is that what it's called? Gladstones? Oh, it's Gladstones, not Moonstone. Moonstone is a store going to Malibu, right? Is it Gladstones? Is that not there anymore? Is that the one I'm talking about? I was home. I've been here for a year. Road trip, 6 months. Moved from Vegas, so that was 2 years. But before then, I believe I went home to Topanga, and Gladstones was still there about 4 years ago. Alright, let me see if I could... Well, look, Rosie got a dry thing I could plug into her cord. Right here. I wasn't going to use my extension cord because it's wet. Alright, let me get a cigar. Alright, hold on, let's see what we have here. So if my phone dies, we're really good at that. 13%. So I wasn't paying attention to the TV show, but these cars, right? Girl looked like Janet, got long hair, right? Really pretty. Once your junkyard say, oh, motor, whatever, stripped it, like, I didn't know what the fuck they were doing with it. At first I thought they were going to turn it into a Lamborghini. But no, they put a roll cage, looked like a dune buggy, right? Like one of those off-road kind of dune buggy, and then running around the racetrack. Having too much fun. And the thing got a hood, right? Like a BMW hood. But the cars that they started, not no BMW, I don't know what the fuck it was. So it's like a mix match. Kind of like a Johnny Cash song. It was Gladstone's tapestry. Thank you. Yes, it was Gladstone's. It's still there? Yeah. You know, I've never eaten there. Yeah. I think I might have went in and had a beer one time because I did go inside. So the parking lot, right, of Gladstone's or whatever it's called, right? My memory. The other store is like a clothing apparel. It's called Moon something. I don't think it's Moonstones. I forget what it is. There used to be this flower shop in Malibu, right? I forget, on that one road that goes to the hill. Because if PCH gets clogged up, you have to go up that road, or you go up Topanga, or you go up Malibu Canyon. Right? Or you have to go further up north. But if someone wrecks on PCH, they shut it down. So you got to know what roads. Whatever road that is, there used to be a flower store there. Rumor was Tom Petty would go there and get his wife flowers all the time. Because don't have a picture of him, but I have a picture of a display after he passed away in Malibu. It's killer. I better still have it somewhere. If I lost that, I'm fucked. I did lose a lot of discs. About 10 different discs I had with me. A little disc in your camera's the SD. Those are very important. I don't have a computer. It'd be nice if you just put all that stuff in your computer. Have Photoshop, but I've really slacked. I don't really do much of anything anymore. Just drink, smoke, talk a bunch of crap. I think that's about it. Go to work and fuck off and do nothing. Alright, we got 13 people. Anybody else want to share where they're from? Alright, I'm just going to have a conversation with Tapestry. What else do you like about Topanga? Have you been to the Cortisone? So the tiles I got is from the tile place up in Topanga. It's got 2 markets. You have a candle shop across. It's just one little thing that goes from here to there. And then you have, what was the Italian place? Oh, I would eat there all the time. It blows like, Mary's is okay. This, they have one on Sunset and PCA, much better. I can't think of the name. But much better chicken parmesan. Like, hook it up. Right? Mary's is good, but not that good. In my opinion. Oh, fuck, what was the name of it? We would eat there all the time. Because there's nothing to eat in Topanga. Right? We eat. Oh no, that's on Topanga Canyon. That's a really neat place. They got really neat stuff. But we have one in Topanga, like Grandview Drive. It's about, you have the Formosa coffee. You have the other coffee, which is, there's 2 coffee stores, coffee places. look a little hippy dippy. But we have a place like that on PCH with furniture, outdoor furniture, like wood and metal and stuff. It's so killer. And then if you walk in there, sometimes they have parties. If you walk in the back, they got a little, it's nothing. It's just a little pond, but there's a waterfall that runs 24/7. So that's where all the other water, because I lived right up on the hill. So I could literally walk across the street, got a waterfall. So I lived right above that on Grandview. And then you have water over here. There's a spring, but it goes underground. And you got the tunnel that goes under the highway. And then you have... No, there's two dry creeks. I'm sorry. So you got the waterfall here, and then on the east side, you have two dry creeks. One has a spring, but it all goes underwater. Oh, the Madre. I go to Froggy's, right? Froggy's is old school. Moonshine. Right, Miss Moonshine. She's all into the hippy dippy native thing. I like her, but once she had two babies and stuff, it was like, I don't know. That's a lot to juggle. They got a couple restaurants. One closed. They got a artsy fartsy one, kind of. You know, and they got good coffee. I would go in there and get coffee. They got another thing where you could get coffee across the street. But they only have a couple little shops. They have the main thing, you know, where the market is. On Grandview, we had a market right across the street, but it's just by itself. And then you got the lumber store. So there's a hardware lumber right there. That's where I used to live. And then you hit the Formosa right around the corner. I would sit on that bridge, right? Like, it's not a bridge, but part of the highway, they got this wall and plants on it and shit. But you're on the highway. I sit on that wall, and it's a drop, like 40 feet. Yeah. Into the canyon. I'd sit there and traffic be going by. I'd be drinking my beer, smoking out. So you go a little further, another quarter mile. That's where the parking lot is. You got stores on the left, stores on the right. I miss Topanga. It was really nice, you know, considering LA is so busy and I'm poor and don't have any money. So, like, I could afford to live in the Palisades or Malibu. But it all depends on who you know. And I met someone. He paid about $800 for a room in the Palisades. And, you know, old lady, helping her do whatever she needs done and stuff. Really good gig. And very nice lady, you know. Hey, free rider. So we're talking about Topanga Canyon. Maybe you could Google it and find out what the Italian restaurant is. They got one on Sunset too. A different owner. Started out as the same, but theirs is really good too. And then we had a Jack in the Box, but that closed. So that's been closed forever. Got a gas station, Arco, and then you got the furniture store across the street, which, you know, really extravagant outdoor stuff. Oh, it's 4:20. We better smoke out. Okay, hold on. So now the guys are ripping apart a tractor. I don't know if they're gonna mix it with the car, right? That'd be pretty cool. Electric tractor car, right? You can whip around the, what is that thing in Germany? The Autobahn, right? And then you can plow your field too, right? Oh, it's soon? Well, we're gonna get an early start, right? All right, 4:20, everyone. Let's try to get some fresh stuff. I know it looks like a crack pipe, but it's not. A nectar collector. So you got wax on, wax off. It's just concentrated marijuana. Oh, it's clogged, darn it. How can it be clogged? Oh, it's clogged. Look at. Oh, darn it. Alright, well, we got to unclog it somehow, and the thing's going to fall out. Let's try not to break it. Melt this plastic. Oh, shoot. That's hot. Okay, hold on. So you got to melt the wax. Oh, look, we heated it up too much. It's bubbling. So we got some recycled wax. Oh, there it goes. It's slowly making its way down. Uh-oh, it's bubbling, it's bubbling. But we're trying to melt it or clear it. They're like honey oil. Do you guys remember smoking honey oil? It's so hard to get. Oh, darn it. So it's clogged. Let's see. Smoking meth. Well, I don't have any right now. Do you have some? Right? Because if you have, then I could save some money. Right? I won't eat a fucking thing. I won't drink. I won't smoke. I get to save some money. And it's cheaper than Starbucks. Like the money that I spent at Starbucks today. Yeah, I got lots of vices. That shit's much quicker. Do you have some? Because I need to start saving my money. Help me save money. Right? Alright, let's try to melt this wax. Look at how much wax. See that? It's all clogged. It's he's probably going, oh, that's meth, right? Because see, in today's drug, you could probably mix fentanyl with this. So people do put speed in it, and they try to hide it with the wax stuff. Right, so it'll just look like it's concentrates, but right. So I don't know if you have some of that stuff, but we don't want fentanyl or the bootleg stuff, right? We want the shit that when I was a drug addict, to get you so spun, like in the, I don't know how old I am, the 2000s or something, maybe 2010. I don't know. I didn't start doing that shit till late in life. But that stuff, put in here, bottle it up, we'll sell it. We'll be rich. What do you think? Fentanyl's so popular, but we don't want to put that stuff in there. It's all poison, right? But fentanyl will kill you. Meth, I don't know if you could OD off that. We better ask one of those speed freaks. You think I'm all herky-jerky? If you saw me on meth, you go, what is wrong with this fucker? right? But believe it or not, this is my sobriety. If that makes any fucking sense. Right, we're melting it down. It's going to take half an hour. Now we got all this drippy, like, dark brown stuff. We want the golden, fresh stuff, which is on the bottom. Darn it. Got to mix it all up. Alright, let's try it. So we're a little late. We thought we were going to be early. It's 4:20, everyone. Oh, just got a taste of it. Alright, let's keep going. So I just had a brain fart. I mean a brainstorm, right? So I don't know if it'll work because you smoke it, right? But let's just say we get some really good medicine, right? Like Mad Hatter family, the finest, right? Put it in your wax. Be all like, every hit. Can you imagine? We'll be rich. Oh shit, we need to find some chemists and some investors. Right? We'll destroy whatever wax. Oh, still gets, yeah, reclaim hits. That's a good word for it. Cheers. I'm going to get a cigarette because I'm a tobacco bum. I don't really have that many. I have to go on a tobacco run because I'm a tobacco bum. So these guys are building a pickup truck with tractor wheels, right? Shit. I'm gonna get me a pickup truck with wagon wheels, right? A horse. Truth teller. In the days of my youth, I was told what it means to be a man. Let's see, in the days by, you would see this desperate behavior on benches or doorways. Now they have YouTube channels. Sad times. I'm sorry. You know, Ice Poseidon, you go, you don't represent IP2ers. So whatever. Right? Who cares? I'm not that high maintenance. But if I was, so where are you guys from? What kind of stuff that's really neat around where, you know, where you live or where you used to live? Like, I lived in Vegas, so started streaming in Vegas. So you guys kind of got a feel for Vegas, but you never got a feel for Topanga. And Topanga, we love it because it's kind of like a small community. I don't know, 20,000 people drive on the highway because it's a quick way to get to the valley. But out of all the places I lived in LA, it's one of my favorites because right near the beach, right? Just go down the hill. Right? And I like my Russian neighborhood. Believe it or not, we lived in a Russian neighborhood. It's kind of Hebrew, Persian, but more Russian. That's on Sunset in Fairfax. But we've lived south where it's more Hebrew, but pretty much Sunset and Fairfax. On the north you have like Americans or whatever, the rich people, more rich people, because you're at the bottom of the hill. On this side of Sunset, it's like all Russian. So that was a really nice neighborhood. Kind of busy, but on the outskirts of Hollywood, in between Hollywood and West Hollywood. And then my favorite place in Hollywood was Beechwood Canyon. Even though we never lived in the canyon, but we lived like a street over at the bottom of the hill. So Beechwood Canyon is golden when it comes to Wonderland. I don't really talk about Hollywood, but always want to live at the bottom of the hill. So pretty much Hollywood north. Really you want Franklin north, but whatever. Because it changes. You got Santa Monica, you have Sunset, you have Hollywood, and then you have Franklin, which is right at the bottom of the hill. So I'm more Franklin, bottom of the hill, right? But when we lived in Topanga, we lived on top of the hill. Like, not the very top, but still. That, like, the best. Right? The beach. Son of a beach. There. Right? I don't have to go 20 miles. I can't ride my bike because it's a mountain. Not a mountain, but it's bigger than a pussy hill. I can't ride my bike up it. Too dangerous. But could ride it down it. Oh, shoot. Never rode it down it. Darn it. Brett Battlecam. Oh yeah, they shot it down, right? They needed one of those like military bow and arrows, right? Like, or crossbow, like this. They spent a missile, right? How much did the missile cost? Who knows what it is? It could have been some new technology, not like a spaceship or something, but just a balloon. It's like, you know, our helium. We're trying to sell helium. You went to the wrong place. We want Chinese helium over here, fucker. Come to California. That's a good one. So they shot it down. The Chinese are going, oh, you guys. Because they got satellites, right? Probably got satellites where they got Superman eyeballs. You can see inside the ground and shit with all that radar or sonar and shit like that. Instead of balloon, I think the Chinese government, they said, let's place your bets. Let's see, are they going to freak out or are they just going to laugh it off? what are they going to do, right? They said, we'll just send a balloon, right? And see how these Americans act, right? I would think Americans would be all like, how much are those helium Chinese balloons? Fuck, I want in, right? And then, rumor is, I don't know, I only know what they tell us, there's another one floating over South America, right? Maybe that one will land, right? So, watching the news, because I'm a news person, retarded, right? And be all like, Chinese balloon, spy balloon, like. And the reality is we have no clue. We only know what they tell us. They say they're spying on us. Well, maybe so. Maybe not so much. Maybe they got nuclear helium and say, don't fuck with us. Blow it up, fuckers, blow it up. Right? I don't know. Costa Rica. I don't think we want to fuck with China. Right. And I'll tell you why. I lived in a Chinese neighborhood too, Russian, whatever. Mexican. But if we went to war with China, you wouldn't be able to buy anything anymore. Say, okay, they sent the COVID, a butt wipe shortage, right? So I said, well, you're going to have to talk to us if you want butt wipe, right? Wouldn't be able to get any tools. Maybe if they came from Taiwan, we'd be fucked, right? So I think they're just laughing. Chinese very smart, believe it or not. We're all little Chinese nowadays, right? They said, we don't have to drop a bomb, right? We'll just send all our fentanyl over there. We're functioning fentanyl Chinese people, right? These Americans, they won't know what hit them, right? So send it all over here. I'm killing lots of people because they go, oh, those fuckers like opioids, right? They invaded all these countries. I think they're looking for the opium. I don't know. So they said, well, we'll send them synthetic opioids, right? Why is that so popular? You know, in the 60s, we had a psychedelic movement, and it changed the world. It was really musically, kind of like the peace love thing. You know, there's always exceptions. Why didn't that like take over? We better keep it on the reservation. Well, maybe you should just go back to the reservation. Right answer. Maybe you should stay off the reservation. Reminiscing what my lawyer told me one time. Well, no shit, right answer, but I'm right here. Fuck out of here. Finally. Got a good hit. Fresh one too. We had to dig for it a couple times. No, because the Chinese they're communists. They're different, like Russia and other places that are authoritarian or something, where they rule the regime and your freedoms are stripped away. Alright, I'm going to try to get one more cigarette. If not, I'm going to have to go buy some. And the Chinese got an army. I forget what it's called. Right? But like extremists. You know how we have extremists here in America? They got extremist Chinese, right? The Chinese Republic People's Army or something like that, right? For some reason, I don't think they're too fond of Americans. Kind of like Russians, right? They're all like, we've been around for thousands of years, right? Americans, they've only been around for a couple hundred. Like, what they can do, right? Cheers, Brent. That would be nice. But no. That's why we need to start doing methamphetamines, so we won't do a fucking thing, right? We'll just be all spun out. No drinking, no eating, no smoking, no coffee, no whatever. We'll just save money, right? They said the Ukrainians, they're fighting for this city on the eastern border with the Russians. And so the Russians hired this military group, Wagner. It's like mercenaries. So they worked out a deal to release the prisoners, right? So the prisoners, they live 6 months to get a pardon, right? But these Wagner and Russian people go, your ass is on the front line. Well, yeah, because they have a different way of, I don't know if it's brainwashing, but it kind of is subliminal, you know, like how you're taught, how you grew up, morals and stuff. And the Chinese are kind of conservative, you know, just different. But I think it really comes down to power, and the world power to whoever rules the land. You know, people were so territorial. So whoever rules the land has to deal with all the other people that rule their land, right? So we try to get along and say, well, you do your thing and we'll do our thing, but then you got big business in it, right? Oh, fuck, I smoked that butt. We were supposed to save the filter for this one. This one's broken, but we'll smoke that one in a while. Mama J. Yes, no coffee. How is that possible? Okay, I'll tell you a story, right? Now, people go, Starbucks, fuck you. Like, we're more into McDonald's or Dunkin' Donuts or whatever, $1, right? I used to be a coffee whore. Not so much anymore. But, you know, had a computer, would go to Starbucks and fuck off on the internet, right? And we would pound coffee. And, so you spend $4 for a good cup of iced coffee. And it's the way they brew it. Like, they had some MIT professor brew this coffee and it's stronger. So you get a refill for 50 cents, right? A coffee bean is $1. Well, let's just say you drink 2 cups of coffee, right? So $4 plus 50 cents, you grease their palm $1. That's $5.50 for 2 cups of really good coffee. $5, that's $3 a cup of coffee. Now, $5 for one? No, not so much, right? Now, let's just say you get another refill for 50 cents. That's 3 cups of super dank Starbucks ice blended or whatever the fuck they do with it, right? Because they brew it different. That shit will kick your ass, right? You'd be like, oh fuck, I feel like I just snorted a line, right? You're like, what the fuck did they put in this? Oh, they put some secret ingredient, these fuckers, right? Because if I drink 3 cups of Starbucks large iced coffee, let's just say 4. Let's just say I drink 6 Heinekens, okay? Well, when my Heineken buzz wears off, that Starbucks is still going to be keeping on and keeping on. It will outlast my Heineken buzz. So that's why I always joke around, kind of serious, but not really. Just, oh, they put some secret ingredient in there, the Wall Street fuckers, and it's quality over quantity. But you have to have some quantity, right? Now, let's just say I go to the local organic and I get a Dixie cup, right? And so go to put 3 of them and to make 1 large Starbucks iced coffee. Well, let me see. 3, 6, 9. Let's just go with 9 for $5. Organic, don't panic, right? Well, that's 50 goddamn dollars for 3 cups of coffee. You got no refills? How do you prove it? And there are exceptions, because in my experience, like, spent my time in Humboldt, right? It's all organic. Same thing up north, Chico, right? Here too, but we got Starbucks, and it'd be all like, it's not as good as Starbucks, let me tell you. But there are exceptions depending on how they extract it and brew it, like marijuana, how you extract the whatever it is. Hey, Wolfgang. Well, that's an interesting point, Brent. A little deep for me. Adrenochrome in it. Oh, they do? What is that stuff? Chimpy? Is that what I'm addicted to? Darn it, we better switch. Wolfgang, cheers. We're gonna have to go on a tobacco run. Shoot. Well, once I get my coffee shop my coffee bar. We'll put that stuff in it, but more of it if it's healthy for you, right? We'll put organic adrenochrome, right, and helium bubbles, right, in our ice cubes. Oh, can you hear this plane? I'm always curious. You can't see it. Let's wax on, wax off. Let's take a smoke break. So we got down to some fresh wax. I don't know what kind it is because we got different kinds, but really good. We like those fresh hits. We need to get another, like a double kind of wax and mix it all up, like all different kinds of stuff. The government goons sending their Black Hawk helicopters to watch